Hey guys, I'm back today with a video, just a daily workflow kind of thing at the moment, but also a little insight into what not to do when using a stepless grinder and changing the settings. So I've kind of had my beans dialed in for a while on this grinder. This is the Eureka MCI for those who might ask. But I've recently wanted to just whip out an old cold brewer that I had by Brewer, BRUER. It's the original version, I think, from 2013. And I haven't made a cold brew batch in quite some time. And when I did last make it, I had the old Breville Barista Express, which is in a stepless grinder. There's finest to coarsest, I suppose, as far as settings go. So basically, to get the right type of bean ground for the cold brewer, you need to have, I think it's about medium coarseness, which is really hard on a stepless grinder. So a stepless grinder is one that doesn't really have a start and a finish. So I guess, I can turn the dial on the grinder 10 times to the right, 10 times to the left, for instance, and there's no way of knowing within the dial of 1 to 7 or whatever the numbers are on the dial where you are and how many turns you've done. So I did just use this grinder and made it quite coarse to make this cold brew. And I've now tried to grind these beans back to how they were beforehand. I used a bit of a label, which you can still see on the grinder on the left there, to try and keep track of how many, and I kept track of how many turns I'd done to keep it on the right setting. And a lot of people have commented on these videos saying, how did you get the bottomless portafilter to work? Mine is always making such a mess. And unfortunately, I had a really seamless entry into the bottomless portafilter when I started. However, my day has come and this is my reckoning. I think getting the beans right again is going to be really hard to dial in these beans again, because I went into a bit of misadventure. And so here you go. You can have a look at just how poorly it went this time. And if this is something you've experienced, you're not alone. You can see it's got multiple spouts. It's spurting all over the place. And it has made a nice mess of the machine, the espresso cup. It's also very foamy. So this is still pulling the same amount that I would normally pull for this shot. And it is huge compared to normal. But waste not, want not. I am not that picky when it comes to my espresso shot. Certainly the ones I make at home anyway. It's all a bit of a hobby and a bit of fun. So this is going straight into a cup of really icy cold water to make a ice long black. I guess an Americano. But I am adding a dash of milk, and I'm still using the oat milk. So I'm just going to add a dash of, or maybe a bit more than a dash of oat milk into this glass. And isn't it so beautiful to watch? What more could you want? Anyway, enjoy.